you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep it score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big.
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
What? 57 to the mark. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. He'll find Metcalf. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf his first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. To throw is Goff. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
You draw corporate. Hey, lift.
On first down, it's gone. He's going to float this one deep right side and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try to defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Samson Abukum. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'll go special. I'll go special.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Samson Abukum able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
14.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up third down and 17.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. 58's Mike.
Third and long, it's Wilson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. Myers' kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gurley. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 40 now on second down. Goff. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This is Grant.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Grant. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They're running with Gurley. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Now it's Carson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Samson Abukum in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, and it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wilson now throwing again. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Bust through the tackle. Yeah, that's a pretty good one for the old average. 68 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The final shot before break here. Gone. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talk.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to force it to his tight end Clay there, and it's second down.
Super team.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
To throw again, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Give him 6 there, but now it's third.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, check motion, man.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. And he's got Lockett. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw again is Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now it's Gurley. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now it's gone. It's complete. Stills. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Minus 50, minus 50. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Hold on. Check.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that one's complete to Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Again they run with Gurley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They run it with Carson.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Sterling Shepard, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Preload. 57 to Mike. That's it. You must.
From the gun, Wilson. And Jennings has it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Wilson from the gun. He'll throw. This complete to Lockett. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Gun.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, alert.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Throwing again here. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. This is Carson. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Wilson. Well, he's going to go for it all. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those will be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On first down, it's Grant, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now Goff. This is Shepard on the catch. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Goff now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's gone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Wilson. Steps away to his left. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Bring out, bam. Check.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Goff now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
54's Mike. Check. Bravo. I'm coming after you. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, kill. Quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Mike 5-4, Mike.
Hey, I 7.
One last throw here for Goff. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete, so no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for the Seahawks, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for L.A., they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.